Woke up with this on my mind. Wasn't going to make a long form video today, but screw it. I'm going to take the next 4 minutes to share this with you because I think it's going to help you. And that's the ability and the importance to adapt for opportunities of advancement, but at the same time, keeping it real and keeping your true self. I did it in the business world when I sold my company, and I did it, and it's happening now in this casino influencer space. And let me explain that to you. You know, how do you be a trailblazer like me and still adapt to your environment while you're still being that trailblazer and being yourself, being different than everybody? Okay? Look at these other casino influencers out there, guys, who acts like me out there. I'm on my own journey, okay? And people like me. A lot of people don't like me. Trust me, I understand. But a lot of people like me because I keep it real and I'm myself. People are in my comments all the time. Act more like this guy or more like that guy. You know, one of my good friends is Jason, Mr. Handpay. Great dude. All right, watch his videos. He has a much more, he's not saying the things I'm saying. He's still funny. He's still, on edge for what he's doing. But it's definitely a different approach than I take. Well, John, if you took an approach more like Vegas, Matt, you'd get a lot more followers. I've never approached it that way. I've never said, hey, do this, and it'll be more accepted by everybody. It's never been my outlook. But now that we're here, and now more opportunities are arising with certain casinos, how do I adapt to meet them in a way that is acceptable to them, but at the same time be myself? Because I got news for you guys. Some of these big casinos that are super high profile ain't gonna want me on there swearing and cussing. Ain't gonna happen. So let me take a step back. It reminds me of when I was growing my insurance company, working with a number of colleges and universities. All right? We got to the point where I started having an inroad with a lot of Bible and Christian colleges. Now, if you've ever been to a Bible college's campus, I ain't talking about like a school like Northwestern that's Methodist. No, I'm talking about straight up Christian Bible colleges. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. All right? Well, God, those kinds of schools would never work with you, John. Well, you're not their cup of tea. Guys, you think I talked and acted like this when I was in insurance, growing my business? No, I didn't. However, I was still a straightforward guy and probably not their cup of tea. But I became their cup of tea because I was the best at what I did in the industry. Okay? So I recognized that. They have certain practices. They have certain ways they go about things that are different than what I grew up with. I'm not from where they're from. Okay? I grew up Catholic. The Bible colleges aren't necessarily fond of the Catholics because the non-denominational Christians and Bible colleges take kind of a stance that, okay, the Catholic, where does it mention the Pope in the Bible? Catholics are more about their tradition than our Lord and Savior, okay? So when I'm at like a conference in Orlando with a number of these Bible colleges and we're at this fancy dinner and no one's drinking any alcohol, so do you think I drank alcohol? Of course I didn't. How about when an entertainer came out that was a very popular, in the Christian music world, and everybody's singing these hymns along with this person. And I'm the only person in the damn room that didn't know the damn words to the hymns. Am I gonna fake it and pretend like I do? No, but I'm gonna keep an open mind and I'm gonna listen to those words of those hymns, and people are gonna recognize that I'm doing it in a sincere way, seeing that, hey, even though John's not from where we're from, even though he didn't grow up this way, he obviously has an appreciation for this. If I wanted referrals from those clients into other Bible colleges and clients, even if I was the best in the world, they're not going to do that when their whole existence is based upon, Christianity. So if John's the jerk biting into his freaking, piece of bread every time they sit down for lunch before everyone prayed, that's embarrassing for them to refer me to their peers. Okay? So I needed to adapt to this environment and play by their rules, but still at the same time, keep being myself, being my direct self, keep my personality, but consider other practices. Because it's not only gonna benefit me, it's gonna make them happier to be around me. don't want to be like some guy in the closet that they just go to for advice. Hey, John, stay back here. We're gonna have this question. Hey, could you not show up to the actual meeting and maybe just email me what I should say to our staff? You don't want that, man. You don't want that. But I find myself in a similar situation right now, guys, and I'm working with the biggest casinos in the world, okay? And, you know, there's certain casinos out there, MGM, Caesars, you think they want me on there swearing and cussing and all that stuff? Shoot, man. About 8 months ago, freaking El Cortez, I saw them online, everybody posting there. So I'm like, I'm gonna go in there and do a couple hands and film it. They got back to me and said they didn't want me to come in there because I swear too much and they're family-owned property. I've asked other people about this. They think that maybe just they didn't want my action or I'm just too much of an alpha for the environment of the people I'd have to work with there. But okay, shoot. That put it on my radar a little bit. But I didn't adapt to any change because I was already filming in other places. I'm not gonna like conform to go be at El Cortez. And this is nothing negative for El Cortez, but their lane, you know, they're a smaller casino on Fremont Street. It's not the freaking Wynn, okay? So it's not like, all right, I'm not gonna adapt for them. And by the way, they didn't even give me the option to. They just told me they didn't want me there, but it was because of that. But I could have easily come back and said, okay, I'm not gonna swear, I'm not gonna do this. Can I come now? And I didn't even do that because it wasn't an opportunity for advancement, okay? But when Caesars or Aria are saying, hey man, we're gonna do this, but you can't be swearing, you can't be yelling and screaming. We want you to be you. Yeah, they want me to be me because it's mutually beneficial. My following's here because it's me. Okay, so how do we make this work? We'll just keep an eye on it. Let's see how it goes. Just keep an eye on it. Let's see how it goes, all right? Am I selling out? I don't think so. I'm adapting to change for the opportunity of advancement, but at the same time, keeping my core self in a sincere and genuine way. And that's a balance, man. That's a damn balance. You don't want to be a sheep following everyone else. You know, if you look at the YouTube comments that I get, a lot of people are telling me to act more like this guy or more like that guy, and then I go look at their damn pages and I'm like, oh my God. Good for them that they act like, oh shucks, we'll get up next time, buddy. Let's play baccarat and fold the cards really slow. Hey, you guys see this? You see this? Let's play Huff and Puff. And guys, I'm not making fun. Yes, I'm making fun, but I'm not making fun of the people. That's them. That's the environment they're in, and then they have a following that's been built around that. Some of them with a much bigger following than me. So good for them, man. That's not what we are, though. That's not what we do. Okay? But now here I am talking to Aria, talking to Caesars Palace about these big rollouts. Caesars Palace doesn't have live streams, dude. They let Exposed do it, but it was under different circumstances. You know, very different. So I'm not gonna. It's different, very different circumstances when Exposed did it. Okay, I'm dealing with the highest people at that organization, dude. All right, so I got to keep it real, but realize the surrounding I'm in if I want to keep this advancement going, guys. And you know, it also brings me to the thing of just like the importance of paving your own way and the importance of being yourself in the first place, man. Okay, because if you didn't build anything in the first place and all you've done is just adapt to everyone else, that's fine, buddy. Maybe you'll have some success. Be a W-2 employee, climbing that corporate ladder, and when you're 50, maybe you'll, you know, be able to get that second home or whatever. That's cool. All right? Or blaze your own trail in the first place. And some of the moves I've made are obvious. You know, like I leave my corporate job to start my company. But let's talk about this social media stuff, man. It's 2020. It's 2021. I got 2 kids, man, 2 teenage kids. And their dad did not have an Instagram following, but he's on here yelling and screaming and kind of acting like a jerk sometimes, is the way some people are taking it. 2 teenage kids, man. What if I would have just been the regular dad in the suburbs, like my kids probably were hoping I would be? Well, not everyone's cup of tea, not everyone's cup of tea, and then it catches, you know. My kid goes to a school that has a bunch of damn students. They don't all know each other. It's a huge school. I think they got like 4,000 kids there. And tells me that people will be walking down the hall and some stranger will yell, Gen Pop Jake. So, in a good way, an endearing way. So he thinks it's funny. My daughter and all her friends are watching my stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's my own path that I went on, and it worked. And I've been making those moves the whole time. All right? And then adapt for advancement, you know, bring it back to my kids. You know, there's that. If my kids weren't in the picture, things would be a lot different. You know, I do consider my kids when I make posts, despite popular belief. There's some things I don't post because of my kids. So it's adapting to that environment. You know, I've made a reel about this. My mom passed away in 2014. Would I even do this social media at all if my mom was here? My mom was in a wheelchair and was a very, very, very nice person. She wouldn't have liked this social media stuff. So maybe what you're seeing right now doesn't exist at all. And my content is more like, you know, the other people I named. And I have 10 million followers as a result of it because, oh, shucks, we'll get him next time, pal. And my mom's like, that's my son. Who knows? You can't even really picture that, can you? Anyway, guys, hope you picked up something from this. I'm at 3 p.m. live stream today right here online. And then at 7 p.m. tonight Central Time at Seminole Hard Rock in Rockford. Much love.